Hello everyone, myself Sakmar. I am from ACEB. My registration number is 19BQ1A0475. Now I am here to explain some of the seminar topics. Now let me deal with the random variables and stochastic process. In random variables and stochastic process, I want to deal with the operations on multiple random variables. First, let me discuss about the single random variable and multiple random variables. In single random variables, we will contain only the one variable, that is either x or y. That it means in multiple variables will contain the both terms x and y. First, let me see the expectation of a function of random variable. Let if g of xy is a function of two random variables x and y with joint distribution function fxy of x comma y, then the expected value of function g of x comma y is expectation is can be written as g bar. G bar is equal to expectation of g of xy is equal to minus infinity to infinity and again minus infinity to infinity g of xy into fxy of x comma y dx dy. This is for continuous random variables. Now let me discuss for discrete random variables. G bar is equal to expectation of g of x comma y. Discrete random variables, it will take only discrete values, that is sigma e equal to 1 to n, sigma j equal to 1 to n, g of xi comma yj into p of xi comma yj, where x is equal to x1 x2 x2 x3 and so on xn, and p of xi yj is the joint probability of x is equal to xi and y is equal to yi. Similarly, for n random variables, we will contain the n terms, that is x1 x2 x3 x so on xn and so on, fx1 x2 x3 x so on xn. This means next, joint moment. Now let me deal with the joint moments about the origin. In the single random variables case, we will have the joint moments about the origin means expectation of xn. But here the joint moments about the origin multiple random variables is mnk is equal to expectation of x power n into y power k. In continuous random variables, it can be defined as minus infinity to infinity and again minus infinity to infinity x power n into y power k into fxy of x comma y dx dy, where n comma k are positive integers. Here the sum n plus k is the order of joint moments. If k is equal to 0, then mn0 is equal to expectation of x power n, that is n moments of x. If n is equal to 0, substitute n is equal to 0 here, that is expectation of y power k, that is moments of y. First, now let me deal about the first order joint moments. First order joint moments, if we place n is equal to 1 or k is equal to 0 or k is equal to 1 or n equal to 0, then we will get the first order moments, that is m10 is equal to expectation of x and m01 is equal to expectation of y. This can be written as x bar and y bar. Now the second order joint moments are m20. Second order joint moments are, that order is 2 in second order joint moments. M20 is equal to expectation of x square or m02 is equal to expectation of y square. Here expectation of x square is the mean square value of x, expectation of y square is the mean square value of y. And if you place n is equal to 1 and k is equal to 1, it will become expectation of xy. It can be denoted as rxy, which is the correlation of x and y. Now let me deal with the correlation. Correlation means m11 is equal to expectation of xy is equal to rxy. For continuous random variables, we will have the formula integral minus infinity to infinity, integral minus infinity to infinity, g of xy into fxy of x comma y dx dy. Here g of x comma y is the xy, so here xy into fxy of x comma y dx dy. For discrete random variables case, that is sigma equal to 1 to n, sigma j equal to 1 to n, xi yj into p of xi comma yj. Now let me discuss the properties of the correlation. If two random variables x and y are independent, then x and y are said to be uncorrelated. That means rxy is equal to expectation of xy is equal to expectation of x into expectation of y. Now let me see the proof. Rxy is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity, integral minus infinity to infinity, xy into fxy of x comma y dx dy. Suppose if the two random variables x and y are independent, then fxy of x comma y is written as fx of x into fy of y. So here integral minus infinity to infinity, x into fx of x into integral minus infinity to infinity, y into fy of y dy is equal to expectation of x into expectation of y. Now let me see the second property. If our random variables x and y are orthogonal, then their correlation is 0. Now let me see the proof. If x and y are orthogonal, then the probability density function fxy of x comma y is equal to 0. That is rxy is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity xy into fxy of x comma y dx dy. If we substitute fxy of x comma y is equal to 0, then we will get the rxy is equal to 0. Next, let me see the joint center moments in the single random variables. G of x is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole power n, but in the multiple random variables it is denoted as mu n k is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole power n into y minus y bar whole power k. That is for continuous random variables it can be denoted as integral minus infinity infinity integral minus infinity infinity x minus x bar whole power n into y minus y bar whole power k into fxy of x comma y dx dy. For discrete random variables case it can be denoted as like this. The order of joint central moments here is n plus k. Now let me see the first order central moments, that is mu. It is for n is equal to 1 and k equal to 0, or n is equal to 0, k is equal to 1. For n is equal to 1, k is equal to 0, x it becomes expectation of x minus x power 1 into y minus y bar whole power 0, that is equal to 0. Similarly mu 0 1 is equal to 0. Now let me see the second order central moments. Mu 2 0 is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole square is equal to sigma x square. Mu 0 2 is equal to expectation of y minus y bar whole square is equal to sigma y square. And if we substitute n is equal to 1 and k is equal to 1, we will get covariance of x comma y, that is cxy. It is also denoted as expectation of x minus x bar into y minus y bar. It is also denoted as sigma xy. Now let me see the covariance. Covariance is denoted as cxy, that is n is equal to 1, k is equal to 1 in joint central moments, that is mu on 1 is equal to expectation of x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Now let me see the properties of covariance. If x and y are independent, then cxy is equal to 0 and sigma xy is less than or equal to sigma x into sigma y. Suppose if we have the covariance of x plus a into y plus b, it can be denoted as covariance of x comma y. If we have the covariance of ax comma by, it is denoted as ab into covariance of x comma y. Covariance of x plus y comma z is equal to covariance of x comma z plus covariance of y comma z. Now let come to the last property. Variance of x plus y is equal to variance of x plus variance of y plus 2 into cxy. Variance of x minus y is equal to variance of x plus variance of y minus 2 into cxy. Now let me see the separate definition. Correlation coefficient. It is defined as a normalized central joint moment is called the correlation coefficient. It is denoted by rho and it is given as mu11 by square root of mu20 into mu02. Mu20 is given as sigma x square, mu02 is given as sigma y square. It is given as sigma xy by sigma x into sigma y. It is equal to cxy by sigma x into sigma y. Now let me deal with the properties. Minus 1 less than or equal to rho less than or equal to 1. If x and y are single independent, rho is equal to 0. If x and y are perfect, rho is equal to plus or minus 1. If x is equal to y, rho is equal to 1. Now let me deal with the subject electromagnetic waves and transmission lines. In electromagnetic waves and transmission lines, let me deal with the Faraday's law and transformer EMF. Now let me discuss about what is difference between electrostatic field and electromagnetic field. Electrostatic field deals with the study of electric field under the static constant current flow, and the magnetic field deals with the constant current flow. Now let me deal with the Faraday's law and transformer EMF. Faraday's law. The Faraday's law. Here the Faraday's law links the electric magnetic fields. One of the scientists transferred demonstrated that the wire carrying an electric current causes a deflection in the magnetic compass. He also demonstrated that if the current is in z direction, the magnetic field will be in the phi direction. He also proposed. Now the Faraday developed the following hypothesis: if a current can produce a magnetic field, then the converse should be true. That is, the magnetic field produces the electric current only when there is a relative motion or relative motion between them. Statement: the induced EMF in a closed circuit is equal to the Faraday's law statement. The induced EMF in a closed circuit is equal to the time rate of change of magnetic flux linkage by the circuit. That is, VEMF is equal to minus d delta by dt. It is given as minus d by dt of n phi. Again, the n is a constant, minus n into d phi by dt. Now the VEMF is given as minus n into d phi by dt, where n is equal to number of turns in the closed circuit. Psi is the flux through the each turn. Here the negative sign indicates that the induced voltage acts in such a way to oppose the flux producing it. Now that if n is equal to 1, VEMF is equal to minus d phi by dt. As we know that phi is equal to surface integral of b dot ds. VEMF is equal to minus d by dt of surface integral of b dot ds. It can be written as minus d by integral s minus d by dv by dt of ds. We know that v is equal to minus integral dl, but here VEMF is equal to integral e dot dl. Now comparing the both terms, integral E dot dl is equal to surface integral of minus dou by dou d of s. According to the Maxwell's first equation, line integral of E dot dl is equal to surface integral of del cross E into ds is equal to minus dou b by dou t into ds is equal to del cross E into dou b minus dou b by dou t. This is the modified first Maxwell's equation for dynamic field. Now let me deal with the transformer EMF. Consider the above figure, which is in which EMF is induced due to a stationary loop in a time varying field. As we know that VEMF is equal to line integral of E dot dl is equal to minus d by dt of integral surface integral of B dot ds. The above equation becomes VEMF is equal to line integral of E dot dl is equal to minus surface integral dou B by dou t into ds. By applying Stokes theorem, line integral of E dot dl is line integral of E dot dl is equal to surface integral of del cross E into ds. Surface integral of del cross E into ds is equal to minus surface integral dou B by dou t into ds. As these two integrals must be equal, del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou t. From the figure, the induced current I flows such as to produce a magnetic field opposes the magnetic field B of t is known as the Lenz law. Now let me deal with the subject analog circuits. In analog circuits, let me deal with the properties of negative feedback. First, the property is gain stability. The gain of feedback amplifier is given as we know that the gain of feedback amplifier is given as AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta. If A beta is far greater than 1, AF is equal to A by A beta. AA gets cancelled 1 by beta. From above, the closed loop gain completely depends on feedback ratio, that is only beta. By differentiating equation 1 with respect to A on both sides, DEAF by DA is equal to, here it is in the form of U by V, 1 plus A beta into 1 minus A into 1 plus A beta differentiation is beta by 1 plus A beta whole square. It becomes 1 by 1 plus A beta whole square. DAF is equal to DA by 1 plus A beta whole square. By dividing the above equation with AF, DAF by AF is equal to dA by AF into 1 plus A beta whole square. As we know that again AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta. Here 1 plus A beta cancels. It becomes DAF is equal to dA by A into 1 plus A beta. Now dAf by AF is equal to dA by A by 1 plus A beta. The above equation represents the change in feedback gain with respect to the open loop gain. Now let me define the term sensitivity. The term sensitivity means it is the ratio of change in feedback gain to the change in open loop gain. It is defined as a sensitivity. S is equal to d dou AF by AF by dou A by dou A. S is equal to 1 by 1 plus A beta. D sensitivity is defined as the opposite to the sensitivity, reciprocal of sensitivity, that is 1 by S, 1 by 1 by A plus beta. D is equal to 1 plus A beta. Now let me deal with the second property, cutoff frequencies. Lower cutoff frequency. The lower cutoff frequency is given as A low is equal to A mid by 1 minus J into FL by F, where A mid is equal to mid band gain, FL is equal to lower cutoff frequency without feedback. The low frequency gain with feedback is given as AF low is equal to A low by 1 plus A beta. As you know that A by 1 plus A beta, but here AF low is given as A low by 1 plus A low into beta. We substitute A low is equal to A mid by 1 minus J into FL by F. A mid by 1 minus J into FL by F by 1 plus A mid by 1 minus J into FL by F is equal to A mid by 1 minus J into FL by F plus A mid into beta. A mid into beta. A mid, now by solving A mid by 1 plus A mid into beta minus J into FL by F. Now divide the complete numerator and denominator with 1 plus A mid into beta. A mid by 1 plus A mid beta 1 minus J into FL by F by 1 plus A mid into beta is equal to AF mid by 1 minus J into FL by F by 1 plus A mid into beta. Now let us consider FLF is equal to FL by 1 plus A mid into beta. AF low is equal to AF mid by 1 minus J into FLF by F. Now let me deal with the upper cutoff frequency. The gain of higher frequency can be written as AH is equal to A mid by 1 plus J into F by FH. In the case of low frequencies, A mid by 1 minus J into FL by L, but in the case of high frequencies, A mid by 1 plus J into F by FH. Now AF of high is equal to AH by 1 plus AH into beta. A mid by 1 plus J into F by FH by 1 plus A mid by 1 plus J into F by FH into beta. Now by solving we'll get A mid by 1 plus J into F by FH plus 1 plus A mid into beta. Now divide the numerator and denominator with A mid by 1 plus A mid beta by 1 plus J into 1 F by FH by 1 plus A mid into beta. Let us consider FHF is equal to FH into 1 plus A beta. AF of high is equal to, now we will get high gain, open loop feedback gain of high frequency is equal to A mid F by 1 plus J into F by FHF. Thank you.